Hi everybody, come on in for a moment with Celeste today, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day of March. We're going to have just a nice little relaxing craft today, kind of get us in the spring vibe. And you know, around here at Moments with Celeste, I love to, everything I do is crafting with my heart. I just do, I create with my heart. And I put my heart into it. I fall in love with my little pieces as I'm making them. And so hopefully, you know, you'll find yourself feeling like it's touching your heart as well, right? So I'm going to give it just a second here to let some, see if we get some to come in. And today we're going to make a little Hoppy family. I may not get the entire family created today, if you know what I mean, because I have to hop out of here and we are going to go to a marriage conference at our church this evening. And yeah, in June, we'll be married 49 years and we're still going to marriage marriage conferences. So never too old or too far into the game to think we know it all. That's for sure, right? Hi, Linda. Thanks for popping in. And Lori Beth, how are you both doing today? So we're going to make a little bunny family today. And we're going to do them out of tin cans. This is going to be the base. And then we'll going to do some decoupage on it. But the most fun part for me, I think, is going to be they're going to have bunny ears on them. So I just cut out some pieces of some muslin, and I've got it doubled up here. Okay, so 2 strips back to back, and then I'm going to fold it in half to cut my shape of my bunny ear. So if you need a pattern, you know, you definitely can do that as well. I'm going to get a sharper pair of scissors. Get my new little fancy Fiskars that I bought the other day. So, and I'm just going to cut it up this way, and then we'll come up this way here, I think. Did I do it the wrong way? I probably did. I did. Let's go with the next square. Glad I did that now, right? Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece here and I'll use that as a little guide for this piece that I'll cut out. Okay, so that's what I had. It was a piece about this big. Because I've already cut out one bunny ear. And they don't have to be the exact same size. Which is good, you know, if I'm doing it. Because the chances of that happening would be slim to none, right? Linda, are you having a good weekend? Or did you have a good weekend, I should say? I can't believe it's almost over. Okay, now we'll try it again. So I've got my 2 little pieces here, and I'm going to fold it in half. So both pieces are in here, and then I'm going to go up this way here, the folds in the middle, and we'll cut our bunny rabbit ears. Okay, let's see if I like the shape of that. Come a little bit more off on here. I thought today I'd do something a little different, and you know, I used to do a lot of home decor items, and I haven't done as many over the winter. So hoping maybe I'll get back into doing some more of them here as spring's coming along. So there we go. There's my little bunny ear. All right. So then I'm going to take it and I'm going to Hi, Liza. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Is this your private group? Nope, this isn't private. I just do an open one here for now, Liza, and I am glad to have you on here. So we're going to make this little bunny ear. Okay, then I took some wire, and all I had was this green wrapped wire, and it isn't going to matter what color you use. And I just kind of made a shape of a bunny ear. And then I've got my glue gun going over here. And I'm going to just glue my two pieces together here of the muslin. And let's see here, get them apart. Oh, that's awesome, Liza. Thank you so much. Welcome to those of you that are catching this on the Crafters Hive and connecting here with my Moments with Celeste page. So I got two things going at the one time, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we're making a little bunny family out of 10 cans. And these are going to be little table setters that I'll probably make a set of them for myself. For those of you that are on here, Liza is the person who has paged the Crafters Hive, and it has a crafting page, and then there's a marketplace on there. And there's also, she has the Hidden Penny, which is another page she does. So feel free to follow her and learn all the goodness that she has to offer. Okay, so I've glued it, but I've left the bottom open, and now I'm just going to stick this wire that I shaped like an ear. I'm going to stick it up in here. Clear to the top, pull this down, and then I'm going to spread my little bunny ears out a little bit, little bunny wires, and I'm going to shape them to the way that I want them to be. And I've got some hanging out here, and that's okay for now. And then I'm going to take my scissors, and I see I need to trim a piece here, guys. Okay. So that's all there was to making the bunny ears. Now, I did take, on this one here, I had already made, and you can see they're going to be a little different sizes, but I don't think bunny ears have the same matching perfect sizes, do they? Do you think? So I'm going to take now just a little bit of pink, and of course we're going to brush that here in the middle of the ears. This is a Apple Barrel Cameo Pink. Those of you that know me well and have been following me for a long time, you know I'm not a paint, a person that has to only use one kind of paint. I use any kind of paint that I can find that has my colors. How about you guys? Are you like that too? Okay, I'm going to go in here and we're just going to paint a little bit of the pinkness on the ear. Okay. It doesn't have to be anything that's drawing the lines, if you know what I mean. Just enough to pink it up a little bit. So there's the first one. And then the second ear, I'm going to come over here and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to paint this kind of just inside where I have in the middle where the pink of a bunny rabbit ear would be. Let's see. Oh, did you look at my video with the soup journal, Linda? Thank you so much. We had fun on that one, didn't we? You know, I have to say my little soup journal, that altered book, was one of the most challenging journals, books that I've actually put together, and I'll tell you why. Because the story of that book, you know, was pretty much just straightforward for the soup. And trying to find things and think of things that went along with that were a little challenging, but I think I got it pulled together. And I'm happy with how it turned out. It was a fun one. So if any of you haven't looked at that, it's the video I posted earlier today of the walkthrough of the altered book called Soup Day. And I encourage you to take a look at that. Okay, now I'm going to come up here back to this ear that we did, and I think I'm doing okay. I might trim it up just a tad around the edge just to make it a little bit thinner. A little bit, not a whole lot. We'll see. I don't cut the whole ear in half. Okay. There we go. So there's my ears. Now, I'm going to let the ears sit over here and dry a little bit. Clean up my little mess. And the next piece that we're going to do here is on the big can. This was just a vegetable, some kind of a large vegetable can. And this here, we're going to decoupage this paper on it. So what I did beforehand is I just measured from the top to the very bottom rim because I want the whole thing to be covered, and just cut a strip that width that would go around. I was a little bit short, so that's why I've put this on here. But other than that, it goes on really well. We're going to just use, I'm going to put this Mod Podge on here. And so I like to use a little bristle brush on this because it's got these rims, if you see on the cans. So if you use a bristle brush, it's going to get down inside those rims, okay? So I'm going to come over here and I am going to paint a coat of Mod Podge here. Get it all the way up to the top. Do you like to Mod Podge? Anybody out there that finds it not to be as fun as you wish it would be? Okay, then I'm just going to take this paper and we're going to start here. And I think I'll just kind of, it's not going to be perfectly matched, but that'll be okay. So we're just going to put that on and then go around to as much as I have right now on here, making sure that I'm lining it up to the rim because I don't want that metal rim sticking out on me. Okay, and then I'm going to hold that down a little bit. Make sure we got it on there before I start some more. Okay, then I'm just going to keep going around. Mod Podging, making sure I'm getting inside of all of those little creases. Okay. And some more here. And I'm going to press that on. Coming up. Make sure I don't get any real obvious wrinkles. It does kind of want to turn on you a little bit. The paper does. So can you see what I'm trying to do here? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. If some of that metal does show, I can, you know, when it gets to be where it's too much, I can just go back through the some paint and touch that up. Okay. Put that on. And we'll keep coming around here. Okay. It is funny, isn't it, when you try to do something that's on a cylinder, how it does, even though it's the perfect dimensions, how it will try to curve off on you. You get too much of the decoupage, Mod Podge on your hands, Lori. You don't like the messy part of it. It can get a little messy. That is for sure. All right. Okay. Put that on. Put that on there. Mod Podge here. And it's not going to be straight in the back, but it's okay, because that'll be just, I'll just call that the back of my can. All right, now I'm going to look and see here if there is any pieces, and I don't know where I put my little, I bet that's what fell on the floor yesterday, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Let's see here, I got to get this on a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to hold it down. Press it in. Kind of has some wrinkles in it. But I'm all about wrinkles. Okay. There we go. So there's the can. Okay. Now I do want to seal this a little bit better over here on the seam, just so that it isn't going to pop up on us. I think I'll go over it. I'm going to get through. I'm going to go over the whole thing with another coat of Mod Podge just to seal the whole thing. But right now I'm going to let this dry and set it aside. Then we're going to go back to our little ears. Okay. Now what we're going to do, since I identified that already this is going to be the back of my can, I'm going to take my ears and I'm going to glue them in here like so. And I'm going to do that with my glue, hot glue gun. And let's see, I think I'll put one about right there. Just hold it on there. Put some more down in here. Okay. Then I'll come over here with the other one and lay it down so I can kind of make sure I'm getting all the pieces and parts glued in. Okay. Now the next one, we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just glue some on the back. Get it glued pretty good. And I'm going to come over here. See if this is going to do the trick for me. So it gets dry. Okay. So there we have our can with the bunny ears. Now I do want to take and get the glue off of my fingers because I don't want to glue too much up here. That shouldn't be glued. Okay. So there we've got that. And I think this one down here I didn't get quite enough on. I gotta figure out what I did over in here. So it is going to take a lot of the glue just to hold this in where that wire is, just the weight of it. There we go. I think that'll work. Okay. You see where we're headed here? Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take this piece of this pretty lace that I have, and I'm going to take it and we're going to glue it up around the can. And I'm just going to do that with some hot glue as well. I have to move a little quicker here so it doesn't decided to dry on me, but I'm going to go right up to the edge of that can. I don't know if you can see. Can everybody see that? Hi, Sherry. How are you today? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it, ladies that are all on here. If you're here, make sure you say hi so I know you joined me today. Okay. Smash that on. And keep coming around. And then let's see, I'm going to grab another glue stick here. All right, let's see. What kind of a glue gun do you guys use? I'd like to know. Mine is a Sure Bonder, and I have this one that's the smaller, and then I have the larger one. Hello, Deantha. Thanks for popping in. You caught me. You caught me. Deantha, my sister, she and I are like total opposites in one way, that our sleeping habits are very, very different. She's an early to bed and an extremely early to riser. Right, Deantha? And I am now that I'm retired, I'm a later to bed and a little bit later to riser. But she's like her and my friend Brenda. I don't know if Brenda's on here today or not. Hi, Teresa. Glad you caught us too. I have the Gorilla Glue tool. Oh my gosh. And I never tried that one. Let me pull it up here. And a larger one, can't remember the name. So do you like your Gorilla Glue tool gun? I really like my Sure Bonder, and the other one's a bigger one. Whoops. I think I almost lost you. So when I started out a few years ago, I went right into the Ryobi, the big battery included one. And boy, that baby pumps some heat. I cannot tell you how many blisters I had with that. Okay, so here we've got our little bunny vase. And it's cold there in southern Maryland, huh? It's not too bad today. I think we're in the 50s here in Omaha today. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm a happy camper. Okay, now I'm going to stuff this little thing full of some Excelsior just to fill it. Okay, so you have your Excelsior. And then we're going to take, and I'm going to, for this first one here, I think we'll just put a pretty flower there. Kind of pull in with the colors on this. This is kind of a vintage look. And I will probably, when we get off, I will probably go back through with the antique wax and darken it up a little bit. So I can just do it and just put one flower in here. And it would look like that. But I think I'm going to do a couple of flowers. And I got a couple of little picks here that I might try as well, that are some of this. But let's just see, because I don't want them to stand way over the bunny's ears. But let's see here. Maybe if I put a piece of it, shove it down inside here, we'll do that. And then I'm going to take another piece. I think I can make it work here. And just cut it off. Let's see. Shove that one back in here a little bit. I'm just wanting to make it a little bit fuller. like a little flower arrangement. So here I've got some of the white. Tear my tag off of this. Whoops. These were pretty cheap ones. They fell apart, didn't they? Oh, let's see. Let's try this. And then let's see where I want to put it. I could stick it down in here and just kind of have it flowing around, but I honestly don't know that I even need it, you guys. Hang on. I shove it clear back here in the very back. I think that will work. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's going to be kind of cute. And this big flower here, I don't know that I need another one in here. I have a little lavender one I could shove in there too. Like that, like so. So you tell me, 2 or 1? 2 or 1? Come on, all you handy dandy good voters out there. I know you like to vote on my stuff. 2 or 1? What do you think? There's your 2. And that would just be the 1. Basically, it's just a little vase decor. Got any guesses here? Probably going to take a while for it to feed through to me. Here we go. Is this your private group? We got that one on there. Hi, so cute. Hi. I have the Gorilla Glue, got that. Roku glue gun. Whoa, Lori Beth, that's a hot one, isn't it? Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 is gonna win this race. So I'm just gonna stick it in here. Maybe I can bend this a little bit, this little lavender one. Okay, so there's that one. That's how easy it is. And you can, I'm going to take actually a piece, and I'm going to see what this looks like, of some raffia down here. And let's see if I can get enough of it tied into a knot or a bow or something. Let's see what this looks like for it. Okay. Sure glad those bunny ears are stuck in there good. Jolted all around. Now, I don't think I care for that on there so much. But maybe. Don't be so quick, Celeste, to judge your work. But trim it up a little bit. Push it down a little bit. That might be kind of cute. Can you see it? Lori says no raffia. You don't like that? Okay, I'll take it off. Just for you, my darling. Just for you. Now, I've got a piece of cotton ball, and of course, you know, we have to have a bunny tail, you know. So I'm just going to stretch him out a little bit. And we're going to hot glue him on his little bunny boo-boo. Which would be about right here, I'm thinking. There you go. There's a little bunny boo-boo. On there. So there you go. That's how easy that is to do. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is going to be, And I'll glue these all in after I get off the live. But I'm going to end up making a little family. It did, didn't it, Teresa? You were right. It needed a bunny butt. Okay, now this one over here I have taken and I painted it beforehand with some chalk paint. And I want to do another dry real quick on it because I'm going to show you what we'll do with this one as far as the can goes. Now I could have gone, if I had my preference again on this, I would do more of a kind of a gray blue. This is more of a light powder blue, but it's not going to be seen anyway, except that it's going to show through what we're going to put on here. And what we're going to put on here is I took a big old doily from Dollar Tree. This was Dollar Tree doily, and I cut a strip out of it. And I'm going to just glue it right around here, around the can. And let's see, let's trim this one off a little bit here. This isn't going to take much, is it, to do? Okay, so I'm going to take my hot glue gun again. And this one, I'm just going to have to do a few spots up here around the top, just to hold it up in place. And some down here in the bottom. But look at how pretty you can make that, you guys. Isn't that pretty? Don't forget, those of you that like lace and fabrics and things like that, for your journals and your mixed medias and your all the other things you do. My sale is Tuesday night at 6 o'clock Central Time. And I've got quite a few vintage doilies and trims that are bundled together, along with lots of other goodies. But those are going to be some fun pieces to grab onto. I always like to get things too, especially like for those of you that are like in different parts of the country. You know, you can get things in like on the East Coast there in Maryland where I couldn't get them here in Omaha, you know. And so I love to watch the sales because there's things I can grab that are unique, even with laces and trims and ribbons and things like that. What they have in one area, they don't necessarily have in another. So the vintage ones that I have collected at antique stores here in Omaha and in the Omaha area. And there's some pretty ones, some very pretty ones. Okay, there's that. Now I like how this little flower is right on front, and I didn't do that on purpose. So on this one here, we would do the same thing. And I'm going to see if I've got some time here to get this one done for you. Let's see. Get my fabric out again. And this one here, I'm going to cut it just a little bit. I'm going to make the ears a little bit narrower. And I don't know, maybe these will be narrow and skinny ones. Let's see how it turns out. All right. So, I'm going to take it, do the folding in half of it. Start over here. I'm going to have this part here is the bottom. And this one I think I'm going to try to do skinnier ears. We'll see how it comes out here. Well, they're a little skinnier than these were. Not a whole lot though, are they? Let me get them a little skinnier. This is going to be one of the kids. Okay. There we go. Just skinnier. Now the next one, do the same thing. Just going to fold it in half. Double it up, fold it in half. And we'll go up here, this way here. Try to get the long skinny again. Not quite as skinny, but I think he's going to be okay. You can take just a smidgen off of him. Okay. Then we're going to go back in with that wire again. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. Get this cleared off. Pull out my wire. And this one needs to be about that long and half. Okay. So my wire cutters here, with threads hanging on them. So Linda, if you ever need something from the East Coast, just, oh my goodness, I would love to. Love to. I might be reaching out to you here at some point, Linda, because I love, oh, you like to go doing the hunting. Okay. That would be awesome. I'd love to be able to, maybe you can get me just some things I can see, some pieces of trim or lace, just to see what some of the differences are. I know you guys on the East Coast have a lot better selection when it comes to vintage and antique than what we have here in the Midwest. Because I have seen some of those different sales and things online, and it's like, my gosh, I wish we'd get those here or have that kind of option here. Okay, gonna go in, put you back down here. Oh, that's right, you're in, oh, Sherry, you're in Pennsylvania. Yeah, you're in Pennsylvania and Linda's in Maryland. Gosh, I'd love to be able, maybe sometime you could send me on Messenger, just some pictures of some of the laces that you guys have that you get with, that are the vintage ones. I did find a nice place here in our area that it's a great big huge antique mall, and there's one vendor, there's several, but there's one especially that I really like. The laces and the doilies and things, and I found yesterday, I thought, oh gosh, they're almost completely out. Well, I don't want that. I don't want them to be out. And then I saw this big basket sitting up on one of their displays there, and I thought, it had a bunch of stuff in it, you know, and I was looking through it, and there was a whole bottom was full of the packets. So I was like, woo, 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 woo. Happy, happy, happy. So I think that might be his hiding place. Maybe when he had to come back in to restock and I emptied it, he's going to be surprised, won't he? It's the people that own the antiques place told me that it's a gentleman and his wife that he always comes in to refurbish it. Okay. So do you guys like Sherry? I know Pennsylvania is the same way. I've been to Pennsylvania before and been up in Lancaster, and oh, I love that part of the country. I really do. Really do. Okay, I'm going to take my wire now and stick it up in the ears here. Okay. Put that one in. Pull him out a little bit. Okay. Oh, we got a little glue here. What kind of things do you like to look for, Linda and Sherry? When you go out on the hunt. I also like to, I love antique buttons, like old vintage, you don't have to be antique, but vintage buttons. But again, I don't find a huge selections of them here in my area. And I wish that we had more. I'm going to cut that one off a little bit. Because I love vintage buttons. You know, it was just recently that I figured out that vintage and antique are two different things. Can any of you tell me what the difference is? What's the difference between a vintage and an antique? Because I didn't know. I thought they were the same. Let me try to get this rabbit ear in here. I may have cut him too skinny. He shouldn't have gone on such a diet. Okay, there we go. And I'll get my little oval ear shape formed again. Pull it over a little. Okay. I think that'll work. And all the way up. Okay. So what do we got here? Let's see. Bye-bye, Lori. 50 years older is vintage. Okay. And what is an antique? What is an antique? Anybody know? See, I was thinking that vintage was the under 50 years, like anything 30, 40, 50 years, and then the antique was older. But I have to look it up. I know they're old. Deantha, are you Googling? Are you still on there? Deantha, do a Google if you're still on here and tell us what the difference is between vintage and antique. Because I know that there's a difference. And I thought the vintage is not quite as old as antique, to put it nicely. Okay, got those ears painted here. Deantha must have not had to drop off. Boy, she's online. Boy, she knows. Okay, so I think the vintage, from what I understand, the vintage is a little bit younger, and your antiques are your much older. Antique is 100 years, you think, okay? And then vintage, I believe, is anything in the 40, 50 year range. Okay. Well, you guys make me feel good. I thought I was the only person that didn't probably know. And even when I looked it up, I still get it wrong. I have to go refresh myself. Okay, let's get these bunny ears in here. I think I'll put his over here a little bit. Well, when we get off of here, I'm going to have to look it up too and see just to make sure if I have it right. Because I don't want to give anybody the wrong information. Okay, there we go. See, I wish Diana Mowry were on here. Diana Mowry Coleman were on here because she, I know, is into antique things, or used to be. But let's see here. My high school shirts are in the vintage section at Thrift Shop. Whoa! Ah! Doesn't that make you feel good? Mine would be too. So what's really weird, I think, gosh, you guys, you know, to me, 1970s isn't that far away. But it's 50 some years ago. Isn't that crazy? I'm just like, no, I'm not that old. That's funny, Teresa. So I bet you, I have a feeling that yours is, the antique is going to be the 100 and the vintage are going to be the things that are going to be 40s and 50s, I think. But that'll be our challenge. Y'all we can look it up and find out and come back and put it in the comments what we found out. Okay, because honestly, I've never been an antique person, ever. I don't like antique as far as like big old pieces of antiques in my house. I've never gotten into it, but I have really gotten into the textile stuff. Oh, the feeling of it's so different. All right, and then we're just gonna come back in with this one. And we'll put some little fun on there too. And pretty little flowers. Let's see, what do I want to put on this one? This one's got this one would probably be blue, pretty with just the lavender flower since it's a smaller can. Yeah, I don't like lavender. It's going to get pink. Isn't that the prettiest shade of pink, you guys? Look at that. I think it's a peony. Okay, and I'm going to tip it down a little bit. But these are kind of cute. I'm going to put on this one here. I'm going to do it real quick. My husband will be knocking at my door here pretty soon. Let's see. I think I'm going to put a strip of this just around the middle. This ecru kind of trim. I'm going to put that around the middle. It'll stand out a little bit. And glue that on. We'll glue this over here. Okay. And then, of course, you know, I can always put a little blingy bling here. And I think I've got one right here. And I can put on that. Let's see, I'm going to push that down in here a little further. I like it shoved down a little bit like that because it makes it look like it's almost like it's the bunny's head, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to put a big blob of glue here in the middle, and then we'll put a little bling bling here. Cute. It just amazes me how just a little bling can really change the whole look of something like that. So, there's our two. I've got one more to do, but I'll get it finished up when I get back from my conference here tonight, this evening, and I'll get pictures of it posted for y'all tomorrow. But there's what we've got so far. We got our two. Oh, little bunny foo-foo here needs to have a little tail too. Okay. There we go. Aren't they cute? I'll have to bring you some bunny butts. Okay, Teresa. You bring me some bunny butts. We could have fun with those, couldn't we? Hello there, farmers, road crafts, and home decor. Glad you popped in today. Hi, Lori Baumgartner. Now the names are starting to pop up on me here. So we're going to get one more, and it's going to be a smaller can even yet. So we'll have a family of 3 here. Be a mama. It's actually going to be a mama and her 2 kids. Okay? Alright, that's kind of a fun one, wasn't it? A little off the beaten path of what I normally would do, right? Well, thank you guys so much for popping in. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I will read any other comments that are on here when I get off and comment on those after a while. But don't forget, Tuesday, 6 o'clock Central Time is the live sale. And I'll get also my schedule set out sometime tomorrow as well for the week. Okay, guys? Bye-bye. Thanks for coming by.